Have you been using your social media in a way where you actually don't show up on Google search? Hey there! So, a lot of people make this very common mistake where they actually misuse their social media profile, and it turns out that they're not even showing up on the first page of a Google search result. Now, I know it's harder for different people to, search themselves on Google just because they have like a very common name. There's actually different ways that you can boost yourself up, that you show up in the first few pages, even on the second page or first page, just showing up when people search you for common terms, especially if you're offering like a service or you're showing up for a product. You want to search be on the first search page. So like when people, like for example, let's say you're selling on Etsy, and then your name is very, very common. Take the very most, one of the most more common names, which is, just John Doe. If you want to show up in the first page, if you want to be selling your services, you want people to find you. Now, there's a lot of different ways that I can like talk about it, but I want to focus on the main three things that could help you right away show up on the first page of Google. So the first one, and it's going to be really funny, but your name. What your name is on your Facebook, Instagram, your LinkedIn, your Pinterest, anywhere that you have an account on, your first name is actually super important. It also depends on how people will search you. So let's say you just met someone during a networking event, and you give them your card and you said, hey, email me or look me up. If they search that, will you show up on the first page? And it will depend a lot on how you write up your name. So a lot of people actually experiment with what their name is going to be like on Google. Like I know I have a few friends who change the spelling of their name a little bit from their legal name, and that's what they go for. So if you're going to do that, if you're going to maintain what your brand is going to be, then you have to make sure that it's consistent across all platforms. So for example, for me, my name is really unique, which I'm really super lucky. Thanks, Mom. With my Leanne, which just actually legally has the dash, Leanne Lacaba. If you search that, it's easy, super easy, because I've optimized all of my pages to show up whenever someone just searches that. Even if you just search Leanne Lacaba, I will also still show up. But that's because I do have that unique name. Now, for a lot of people, if, like I said, if you have a more common name, then you might want to switch it up and add a few variables maybe to your name. So a lot of people add, their middle name as an initial in there. I currently have a client who just added literally, his name is JJ, and like just added a J in his J and then his last name. That's what he did. So you can optimize so your brand actually shows different persons, so you're easily searchable on Google. So that's why the first thing that you have to look at or you have to work on is your name. Your name, what is your brand name? What is something that if people say, oh, I want to learn more about this, they can go on Google and find your name. Different people have worked on this, like I said, in different ways. One, again, is maybe adding your middle name as your like initials in your whole name, or combining like a nickname that you're currently using and then just adding your last name. So your name is so important because it's the first thing that people will search for, people will look for. So try to find a unique name that you can give out to people, like put in business cards, or the way that you advertise yourself, the way that you brand yourself, that you're easier to find. Now, the second thing that you can optimize to make sure that you show up on a Google search for your name, for your own name, is actually your photo. So your photo has to look nice for all of your profiles. It can't be, a selfie of just like you. It can't be a just a weird photo of you when you were a kid. It has to be something where people can recognize you right off the bat. So it always has to be updated. If you changed your hair, for example, or if you like did something weird with your face, you did a new like improvement, then you have to always update that. And the one trick that I've learned actually is when you do the file name as your name. So whatever your name is, you save it as that .jpg. So for example, for me, it'll be leanneLacaba.jpg, JPEG or whatever format that you're uploading, the PNG, up to you. So that's a small little trick that could hopefully help you get up on there. And then using the same photos sometimes on different profiles. So for example, I used to have like one photo for all my profiles, and that worked kind of well. But then I changed it for different themes, for different targets that I'm gonna use. So It's all up to you, but use a clean profile photo where it's like, people can see you. It's a little bit more professional. It doesn't have to be shot with a really good camera, as long as it's like above your like just waist up, where people can actually see you. So that's just another thing that you can help you be searchable, because then there's a lot of profiles out there. There's a lot of LinkedIn profiles, a lot of Facebook profiles even, that doesn't have a picture. And when you put on a picture on your profile, it's right profile, it's recognizable that it's you. When people search you and they see that profile, oh, this is the person, that it's more of a verification, like, oh, this is the person that I'm actually looking for. And the third one, and this is something that people don't usually optimize, is actually your headline or your bio. It's different on different platforms. It's used different ways. Like on Facebook, it's that little blip right there on your profile when people open it up, and it's like your about me, this first. It's actually 101 characters for Facebook. For Instagram, it's your bio. For LinkedIn, it's your headline. So there's different platforms call it different ways, but you have to optimize that part. You have to take control of that real estate, because that is a really big keyword, real estate, that you can use for when you're targeting your audience. Like, for example, for me, the way that I've profiled myself is, we help authors and coaches, double their profits and, double their free time with a remote executive assistant. Now, that whole sentence that I just said right there, those are all like optimized so I can hit whoever I'm trying to serve, whoever my service. So before we opened the executive assistant business, we were doing book publishing. So my headline was, we help authors publish their book with our own editing and marketing systems. So there's different ways. I've always adjusted my bio to whoever I was serving. So there was also a time where I was promoting more of my traveling pygmy, which is my travel log. So most of what I put up on all of my bios is, I'm a serial traveler, I'm a world traveler. I use different terms. I experimented at different times, but use that real estate to show who you are, so it's easier to kind of recognize you. So let's say you do have a common name, but you are a graphic artist, as an example. So if you put in John Doe graphic artist on your name, on your bio, then you're easily like, oh, this is the John Doe that I'm looking for. So kind of find ways to make yourself distinct with your name, with your profile, and your bio. So those are the three main things, because those are the three very common in all profiles on all social media. Another just bonus tip is actually take charge of your social media presence. So a lot of the ways to doing that is just starting a Pinterest account, starting a Goodreads account, starting any kind of account that goes on Google when you search for someone. So right now you can try searching for someone else and see all of the profiles that show up. Heck, you can search me and see all the profiles that show up for me. I have my main website. I have, like, when you do the first Google search, I have my website on there. I have my Udemy, which I have all of my online courses. I have my Amazon account, which I have all of my books. So I took control of that narrative. So when people search me, they find all the places where I'm also at. So that's just another, just a bonus tip of how to search up higher on Google, is take control of all of the accounts that you can have that show up on Google when people search. So making a Pinterest account, Goodreads account, there's a lot of different ways that you can take control of that, but that's just a really bonus tip. That's kind of it for this video. I hope that helped you guys a lot with trying to optimize your profile, trying to get yourself up in that Google search, and finding ways to kind of build more authority and build more of your brand. Again, my name is Lacaba. I am your virtual ate, and that means that I'm here to help. Ate in Tagalog means your older sister, so I'm hopefully here to help you out with and give you any advice to help you out with either starting to work online or starting your business online. If you guys have any questions at all, anything that I can help you with, you can email me at leanne@2xu.com, and I'll see you guys in the next video.